Hi, welcome to my video tutorial on how to solve fractional equations. We're going to look at two examples today. The first one has got an equal sign in between it, so it's just like solving a normal equation. The only difficult part is the fact that we've got these fractional bits to each side of it. We need to sort that out first. So if you remember from the tutorials on solving basic equations, if you are dividing by a number, then to get rid of that 3, I need to do the opposite to that, which is times by 3. But whatever I do to one side, I must do to the other side. So I should be multiplying the top of this by 3 as well. I could do this simultaneously with the 4 here, because to get rid of the 4, I should be multiplying this side by 4. And whatever I do to that side, I should do to the other side. So I should multiply this one by 4 as well. Now when I'm doing this, what I tend to do is I say, let's get hold of the 4 and move it up to the top and times it. Get hold of the 3, move it up to the top and times it. And I use brackets to show this. So remember, I've moved this 3 over to here, this 4 over to here, so I'm timesing 4x plus 6 by 4. So if I write that out, I get 4 times 4x plus 6 on that side. This side I'm multiplying by 3, so I get 3 times 2x plus 2 on that side. Now it's simply a case of multiplying out these brackets. So if I multiply out the brackets, I get 16x plus 24, and that's going to equal 6x plus 6. I've now got an equation that I can solve. Look for the smallest number on its own, which is the 6. Take it away. Whatever I do to one side, I must do to the other side. I'm now left with 16x plus 18, and that's just equal to 6x now because the 6 has been taken away, so you're left with nothing. I now need to get the x's on one side, the numbers on the other side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 16x away from this side, and I'm going to take 16x away from this side, which leaves me here with 18, and on the other side I'm left with negative 10x. I tend to write that around the other way, so I've got negative 10x equals 18, and then to finish off I'm just going to divide both sides by negative 10, which is going to leave me with x equals, well, 10 into 18 goes once, with 8 left over. I write that over the denominator, but of course because it's a positive divided by a negative, the answer here must be negative. I could simplify that because 8 over 10 is going to give me negative 1 4/5. First question. The second one. Now this one's more complicated because we've got to simplify the left hand side first and then set it equal to the right hand side. Just going to rub this out here to give me a bit more space on this side. So here, I'm going to start off, I'm going to solve this like I would a normal fraction. So think about when we were subtracting fractions. I'm going to deal with the left hand side first. Don't worry about the 3 at this stage. So here we've got the 2 and the 3. We need to find the lowest common denominator. These both go into 6. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write 6 on the bottom as my lowest common denominator for both of those. What have I done to the 2 to get it to 6? I've timesed it by 3 because 2 times 3 gives me 6. Whatever I do to the denominator, I must do to the numerator to keep these fractions equivalent. So I'm going to multiply the top by 3. So 3 times 4x is 12x, and 3 times 3 is 9. And then I've got to take away the second part. So what have I done to the 3 to get to 6? Well, I've timesed it by 2. So I need to multiply the top of this one by 2 as well. So 2 times 2x gives me 4x, and 2 times minus 3 gives me minus 6. Now that still equals 3. Now this part is the tricky part, and a lot of mistakes are made in this part here. What I've got to understand is that I've got to take away this side from this side, both these terms. This is not just a case of simplifying this expression. So what I tend to do is draw a circle around the minus to remind me of that. I need to do 12x take away 4x. Well, 12x take away 4x, that leaves me with 8x. I'm going to write this over here. But then I've got to do 9 take away negative 6. Well, 9 take away negative 6, if I write that here, those two negatives become a positive. So I'm really left with 9 add 6. So that gives me 18x plus 15. We never add the denominators, that stays as 6. So I've now simplified this part to 8x plus 15 over 6. But this equals 3, so we set that equal to 3. Now I'm in the stage of I've got a fairly basic fractional equation there. I need to get rid of the 6 first of all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply both sides by 6. And if I now go down here, I've got multiplying that by 6, that leaves me with 8x plus 15. The 6 on the bottom's gone, equals 3 times 6 is 18. And then I can take the 15 away from both sides. That leaves me with 8x. 18 take away 15 is 3. So now just divide both sides by 8. 8 divided by 8 leaves me with 1x. So I'm left with x equals 3 over 8.